Hi there, Leo, and anybody else tuning in. Welcome to your reading. This is September 2021. We're here for you. Let's clear it immediately. Okay. In the sacral chakra, love and light. Oh boy. Let's clear the energy and ground. Okay, Leo, I've been meditating in your energy for quite some time, and I wanted to jump in last night, and I was like, ooh, really felt guided to hold off and, yeah, circle back here. So, a few hours later. And, well, I've been wanting to jump into your reading. I actually thought I did your reading, which is the crazy part. And it was right around the time that I did Sages. I thought that I had hashed yours out by then. And I think you actually came through in the reading. And then I was watching over the Aquarius, and you were mentioned there right as I was thinking, you know what, I want to do Leo. Really want to just jump into Leo. Now, so take it as you will, Leo. I feel like there is something here that you're being called to, and this is reminding me of the Sagittarius reading. Now, just a side note, I am channeling in addition to working with the tarot cards. We have the Children's Spirit Animal deck. Sometimes we work with this deck. We've got the Gummy Bear Tarot deck. We've got the Wild Unknown. But Leo, now I'm feeling that sacral chakra again for you right off the bat. What I'm getting is that you have, first of all, a reminder here from your guides. You are protected, number one. Number two, you are absolutely loved. Your guides want you to know that. Number three, badass. Okay, you're also fucking cool, okay? Yeah, let's clear down the back. Nah, Leo, I see some of you have been dealing with something here that for some of you, you're dealing with bullies, straight up bullies, people who are just not on your wavelength, and that's okay. And guess what? Part of what makes you you. Let's get honest here now. Everything's relative, right? It's like, how do you have something revolutionary? You have to have something kind of conventional, right? In a way, to reference to that point of revolutionaryism. Revolutionaryism, yeah. Well, yeah, you got to start creating words. I'm hearing, I guess, too, to feel that you have a place in your own heart. Well, some of you, I see you asserting yourself, Leo. Here, you're like, listen, this is what I feel. This is what I want. This is how I feel. And I see someone coming up and like trying to maybe even debate you on that. It's like, let it be. You want to kind of like fight me on what I love? I'm hearing that. Okay, then you know what? You're saying that it doesn't exist, it's not real, it's not true? Well, then here it is. I create it for myself, and I create my own space in that knowingness. I'm hearing of what I feel. I'm hearing love. For some of you, this is you absolutely creating your reality and being shameless. But you're definitely, for some of you, possibly facing criticism, but that is the point. Your guides want you to know, Leo? No, Leo, I see your, no, you're Leo. Leo, your guides, they want you to know you are really cool, but it's not 'cause you know as well. Why? If you're like, but like, I'm not feeling cool right now, and like, I don't know, and I'm feeling kind of like, a little lackluster. I'm hearing that with the lion, the unicorn, and the fox. Like, I see someone who feels like their golden hour has passed somewhat. It's like, or you feel like, you're not able to like, press the buzzer down on what you know to be your magic. It's like you're feeling disconnected, possibly. If that's the case, listen, it's not because, how do we say this? I'm seeing someone's looking at a number of people. They're like, oh, but like, so-and-so is this talent, and so-and-so is that talent. Now, here's the thing. I feel at the end of this month, Leo, whether or not you have already figured it out, and you're already at that point where you say, fuck it, to the people who don't understand it, or if you're on that spectrum where you're like, I'm having a breakdown, okay, I feel like but some of you, hopefully not. But some of you might be bullied, and you're at a point where you're like, I don't know if I want to say that this is my group anymore. Maybe you guys want to disconnect from a certain group of people. I'm not sure. Take it as you will. You're really weighing something out here, though. I'm hearing Virgo with Virgo, and this did come through in the Virgo reading. Now, this is really important. I'm getting that this card here is very important, Leo. Let's clear it. Coyote, learn from your mistakes. There's something here of a lesson. Definitely. Leo, a pattern. This is something that you've experienced possibly since childhood, through life, through your lifetime, okay? And it is something that has at times made you so much more strong here, okay? And I'm hearing sober, interesting. And that could be spiritually, You know, let's clear it. Maybe there are things where you bob in and out. You're saying, wait, fuck, I see it. No, I'm in the right. I'm not, I don't know. I don't care if people are going to make fun of me for this. I know who I am, and I know what I do. Some of you here, you know, there are moments, okay, where you know yourself real well and you see it. What I'm looking at actually are the eyes of the coyote, okay? If you really, really look at this card and you really zoom in, you can see that the hue of the eyes are somewhat like the plants. And I'm hearing the planets around them. Wow, it might be a metaphor, of course, yes. Everything I see is a metaphor regardless, but take, you know, it as you will. Sometimes you'll watch a reading, you'll say, wow, I see everything metaphorically right now, and then sometimes you'll watch and be like, it's literally literal. I might watch this reading one time and you'll see purple flowers all around you, you know, right at this part. Let's clear it, yeah. But, and you never know, right? Always take it as well. It's all perspective to a certain degree. But we have here, well, it is all perspective, but it's also, you know, yeah, it is how you perceive perception. So now, for a number of you, I see that there's something here that has been coming to a point here for you. It's like, you know, okay, I see something coming up, but like to a point. Like, I feel like either some of you know that you don't resonate with a certain group of people, or you just don't resonate with like a certain thought group. It's like you realize that it doesn't do you well, you know, so-called here, and you do actively detach from it, but it is still nostalgic. It is somewhat challenging. Obviously, that's why we're here on Earth at most, right, they say Dennis Plain. We're here to learn also further, and to also, you know, expand consciousness in general. So, well, let's clear what you make it. Ladybug in reverse, elephant upright. Now, for some of you, I'm hearing you have an audition coming up. Yeah, you do, Leo. Leo? Yeah, your guides. I'm hearing your aunt. Interesting. Your guides want you to know that you are in love with you. I'm hearing at the end of that discussion, it doesn't matter who calls what love. Okay? You have your story. Everybody does. Absolutely everybody does have their own story and a space to represent that story in. Whether or not some people make you feel smaller in that space where you story tell, fuck that shit. You still have your story, Leo. Cougar, you can do it upright. Coming through for you. Someone here is watching over you, watching you, and it actually, well, they're watching you. It's actually someone here, physical. I'm seeing this, literal. This is a fan. I'm hearing this for some of you. This is someone who actually really respects you and they support you. I'm seeing that. You may not, you may know it, but like you may forget it, or you may not know it, or you know it. The cougar, this is maybe even a broader discussion. This is even for some of you a prize, or someone here who is, for some of you it might be a movie producer, music producer. I see somebody auditioning. It's like, you know, Leo, you have somebody here who's like really paying attention to the way you're singing out there. This is, yeah, and I hope you know that you're making a difference here in a real way. Fox, do secret favors for others. Cougar, you can do it. This is somebody here who loves you, Leo. They love you and they want you to be you. In their heart of hearts, it could even be the same person, let's get honest. This can be someone who is real tough on you at times, but they are here to feel you in your story of love. This is somebody who's watching you, and for some of you, it may get kind of abstract here. They may be jealous as well. Yeah, it gets kind of, whoa, okay. Maybe we're talking about on planet Earth, like, it's all perspective yet again, right? You can look at your greatest critic as, like, I'm hearing your mortal lover. I'm hearing that as well. Take it as you will. Cougar, you can do it. No, what are we really talking about? We're talking about life and death here. We're talking about the ego, ultimately, right? Because we don't die. I believe that, and I mentioned this in a, yeah, I don't believe that. I mentioned this in a live, okay, and everyone always used to make fun of me. Yeah, Natalie thinks that people don't die. Okay, yeah, no, I don't, people do not die. Okay, well, that's my, okay, but, like, it's my perspective, at least at this time. For some of you, yeah, how do we say it? I'm hearing, it comes back to you anyways, right? And I mentioned this live. I was like, well, what if, you know, right now we're all dead, and when we so-called die, we fucking wake up. Take it as you will. It's all perspective, right? It's like, and who's to say that they know? Oh, oh yes, it's me. It's I. It is I. Who knows? It's like, what the fuck, bro? That's. I'm hearing Angie's story. Angie meets Brody. It's like, okay, even you do the audition, you say you know. Well, that's you and your audition. Great. Okay, now next, let's see what someone else thinks as well. It's like, you're not the be-all, end-all, right? Okay, let's clear it. And maybe at a certain point you realize that no one also knows what the fuck they're talking about. You're going to be meeting people who maybe asserted themselves, okay? Doesn't mean they know. They're auditioning. Everyone's auditioning. But the important thing is that it is with themselves in their own life. You have to be honest with yourself. Of course, that's the point. If you really believe that thing, let you do that. Let you do that. Okay, believe it, but you with you, right? It's the point where it gets karmic is when we try to, believe something for the sake of another. When we try to, belong to a certain group, thought form, because others do. That's where it gets, I'm hearing milky. I'm hearing along the way. Now, for some of you, though, what I'm seeing here as well is that, let's clear the energy around. Yeah, but it's interesting. With the hummingbird cheer up, some of you definitely have a past here, okay? And that's coming up for review here in a big way. As Uranus has just gone retrograde, more or less 2 days ago. We are filming this on the 21st of August. So, yeah, Tower. Listen, I know, Leo, this comes down to your personal truth, your magnanimous truth. You are obviously, okay, going to remain as that. You are your personal truth. That doesn't change. It's how you represent it. That's how you experience life. When we find challenge and difficulty, it's when we're like putting clothing on who we want to be as the character in that play. Really, truly. And we will feel that through our lifetime, where we feel like, I've got clothes on. Yeah, no, I want to be myself. Yeah, I feel like I can't be myself. Like, oh, it's because I put this sweater on like 10 years ago. I gotta take it off, yeah. And listen, here's the thing, Leo, as well. Only you know who you really are. It's an illusion, and then I want so-and-so to, like, validate my cause. Fuck that, Leo. It's not about their front-facing camera, but, like, so-and-so has so-and-so. That's not, yeah. Let's clear it around. Yeah, I'm hearing, what remains is what has always been. You cannot change, also, like, so-called fate. I see it as the impulse of your intention, your desire. I feel that when you come into this plane, you have something sacred that is your soul seed mission. I feel like we all are coming here as an intention, ultimately, and the more honest we are with that space of intention, the more happy we are, so-called, in this lifetime, in this space of time and space, and the way we create our life. Knight of Pentacles, because we create it. Nobody creates our life for us. Even if you're like, oh, but they made me do this, or they made me feel this way. No, you let that happen in that way. Because someone maybe can give their opinion, right? But you decide how you react to it, how you respond to it. You do not have to be, I'm hearing, their rodeo or their mic. I'm hearing, but you can be their story too. And so it's when you inspire someone versus when you succumb to what they want you to see in yourself. That's the key. Just because someone, and it doesn't mean, and how do we say this? Let's get macro on it, okay? Let's get macro here with this. At the core, I feel that everybody wants everyone to be true. Whether or not we play certain little rules out where we're testing one another in that space, okay, we are all here as mentors of love. Ace of Cups with the Ace of Swords. We want, from the highest plane, everyone's personal truth to shine forth. It is in that way I feel. It is in that way I believe. However, sometimes, on Earth at least, it can get really convincing that, no, so-and-so really wants this for me, but in my heart I don't want it. That's the test, and that's the illusion. And that's where you have to say, I know that that's not their personal truth. You have to get brave, Leo, and you are brave. That's why possibly you've been given this task, I'm hearing lifetime to lifetime, to love you the way you do. Already love you. And it's just a matter of continuing that. Okay, you're not creating anything really outside of, oh my god, am I being a little too revolutionary? Listen, Leo, it's what has always been. That's the illusion. That's the illusion, yes, let's clear it. It goes back to what we brought forward when we first brought our story here to be told out. True, I'm hearing truly. I'm hearing as one in connection to all. You're being honest. Okay, let's say it like this. If you are being honest, you're coming forward and you're saying something that you truly feel, Leo, what's really happening there? Is it really something here that we need to say something about? But you will meet people who make you feel Three of Swords. They'll put your heart out in the rain and the cold. They'll say, oh, sorry, we can't connect to you anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. Yeah, no, I'm hearing that's their time they need to take to understand why they would tell someone who tells them self-love that they don't have time to talk anymore. I'm hearing that. In other words, if you lose friends over being honest, fuck that. Okay, as a part in the storyline that you need to give attention to, let it happen. This is wonderful. You're learning people's true killers, okay? But it's not something that needs to become. I'm hearing your syndrome. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing coughing. Well, I don't know what that's alluding to. Some of you, let's go. You're stepping out of something. Actually, you already have. I see for a large number of you, you've already stepped out of something here. You don't need to. No. I'm not going to be mixing that shit. I know what's going on really here, and I'm not going to be like. Some of you realize I would have to be. Listen, some of you realize. Let's clear the energy around. You would have to be fake in order to get along with certain people, and that's a huge rat. That is a rat ass waiting to be slapped. I'm hearing that. I don't know what that's alluding to. Okay. Six of Pentacles. This is not my personal opinion, Leo. Okay, we gotta remember that. I'm channeling here. Let's clear it. Three of Swords in reverse. However, so we are living for love, of course. Natalie believes in love, in honesty, truth of the higher self, of course. That's why we're here. But yes, that's why we're here. But Three of Swords in reverse. Some of you here, you're dealing with something that Fool of Pride. It gets you triggered. It does, Leo. We all have Leo energy. That's also the illusion that, oh, but like so and so, and I am so and so. We're just different. You know, we're all here reflecting different parts of the same whole, right? So people who like to prejudice and people who like, or whoever, whoever people who like to create groups and say, no, that's like that and that's like that and no, it's not, you know, the way that's, you know, Simon says it is, and Simon, you know, whatever the fuck is going on with whoever and however. Simon can be a fairy tale novel character. It doesn't have to be the name of an alias, which it is, by the way. Yeah, there's an alias here on the channel and their name is Simon, so I'm just calling Simon out right here real quickly because I know that they're going to come and like send me emails. Oh my god, piano fingers. Okay, of a storyline here with what the fuck they think they're doing here with the troll Spirit was like, Nat, there are children watching. Okay. Here comes Leo. Alright. Yeah, but anyways. Simon can be, what is it? The Simon says. Okay, Six of Cups in reverse. Alright, now opening the fairy tale novel. Now, Leo, I feel like, listen, you have a mission here, and it's about what weighs out for you. It's like I could give my attention to that, or I could spend my time talking about that. It really is a decision, though. And that's where we have to remember, in an empowering way. Look, it's exciting. Let me be in a space of excitement with what does come through as the Tower, of what does talk forth in relation to my talk. Of, again, my personal truth. I'm speaking truth. That's your mission here. That's all you gotta worry about. What a simple thing, right? Listen, you gotta keep focused, though. That's the hard part with the Tower, right? There will be things coming down around you. They could be longtime friends. They could be longtime foes, even. Okay, you cannot get distracted. Okay, people are like, oh my god, Leo, save me. They could go from the other angle. Leo, please. Leo, oh my god. Yeah, can you save me now? I see you're right. Sorry, what do you want me to do? You know, it's like the Seven of Wands upright. You got it. You cannot sacrifice your personal mission. You can't feel guilty, Leo. Number one. Well, you definitely cannot. However, that doesn't mean, you know, always consult your heart space. Do I feel compassion in this space? And it is reflected. Okay, let me return. Let me return and see what I can do. I see someone running back on a battlefield to somebody here who's laying on the ground. It's like, you got love and light. This could be metaphorical, of course, hopefully. This is something I'm hearing secretive, though. For maybe this is, I don't know, it's getting political maybe for some. I'm not sure. There are sides to this. It's like, what if so-and-so knew that I was doing this? It's like, but I don't know. Like, love and light, let's clear it. Some of you, yeah, the Four of Swords and Queen of Swords, like, there's something here really important that you need to address, maybe at times, and so you do what you need to do. Again, it always comes down to you. Don't let anybody make you believe that you need to talk about something in a particular way at a particular time and blah, blah, blah. If it's going to end up making you feel untrue, okay, and unsettled with yourself, okay, you make your decisions in the way that you feel you need to make them. Maybe you know that there's a decision you need to make. However, it's about when you feel it's time even to make it. So for a number of you, and you don't need to get into a grand, illusory debate about that. Okay, you do not need to fight people on your cause. I'm hearing that as well. 8 of Wands in reverse, and it cannot even necessarily be the opinion. It can be how it is to be communicated. Maybe but for some of you, in an opinion, I'm hearing that you communicate in a public way. Maybe this is you with you. You're fighting with yourself in a certain sense, right? And isn't it always reflected there? The people we magnetize to our experience here. Don't they reflect a part of our own psyche that we want to find greater peace with? The 7 of Wands upright, 8 of Wands in reverse. So see it as a reflection point, but I feel again, it can obviously be triggering and but for some here with the 4 of Swords, we're all experiencing this. Okay, I have a lot of Leo in my chart. Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm a sun sign Pisces. That doesn't mean I don't have Leo in my chart. I've got Leo at my midhaven. That's actually the highest point in the chart, and that's where the energy just pulled right up. And I've got my Jupiter sort of haloing around there with Leo there as well. Okay, yeah, Jupiter and Leo. Yeah, good. Jump my midhaven. I've got a lot of fucking Leo. Actually, people, when they meet me, they sometimes think I'm a Leo. Yeah, believe it or not. And physically, it's funny because, I've got a lot of hair going on, so it is that Leo energy. So, you got to see it in this way. Everyone has Leo. But, the way we are interacting with that energy is unique and particular from person to person. And so to say it in this way, okay, if you are, for some of you, you're attracting challenges, but it doesn't mean that you are challenging. I want you to also remember that. But yeah, in a way you are. But it comes down to what you continue to do. If you are attracting challenges, okay, so-called, see where you are ready to fight that within yourself, not with that person. It's a reflection. Now, let's get back to it here with the 8 of Wands in reverse. Some of you are on a roll with something. You're creating something, and you are attracting people's attention. With that comes, a lot of, okay, take it as you will. And again, I'm mentioning here, I am a rising sign Leo. Not a rising sign Leo. Well, in a way, if you imagine the rising energy in the birth chart rises to the midhaven. So in a way, it's sort of like a public, it's like the professional rising sign. I think I'll coin that. Yeah, rising sign. The professional rising sign. Yeah, definitely. Because it is true. King of Swords upright. Now, okay, so that's, Leo energy. Also, though, my sun is in Pisces in the house of Leo. It does cusp the 4th and the 5th, so I am kind of the Cancer archetype there as well via my sun, in addition to the Leo. But for some of you, and I've also got my moon in Aries, moon in Sag. What the fuck? Why am I, reading off a different birth chart here almost practically? Moon in Sagittarius in the 1st house. This is, now, some of you got a storm coming. Listen, no. Maybe someone here wants to come through and debate you, and they're like, oh, it's like this. Maybe they even want to fucking frame you. Listen, this is where you gotta meditate. You gotta come back into yourself, and really, before you get into that convo, okay, if you get into that convo, if you decide at that time, however, at another point in time, the important thing is that you've meditated and that you feel grounded before you do have that convo. I'm hearing that with the King Cups upright. Yeah, because you know how, in sports, people, they'll try to throw off their component, they'll say stuff, they'll whisper stuff, they'll throw them off, they'll try to, psychologically, they'll mess with them, and so, but it's to throw them off, right, okay, you all know when you're trying to shoot in the hoop and the opposing team is, trying to distract you, that's, what we're talking about right here, so, you don't make the hasty decision just because, let's clear it, you definitely don't want to be acting when you're triggered. Now, let's clear the energy around again. Definitely don't want to be reacting. Okay, Leo. But what I'm seeing, because a higher expression form of Leo is that you are grounded in the heart space, love, that you have for yourself and others, and you want to share that space. When we are looking at the shadow of Leo, we're talking about aggressive, dominant energy. We're talking about strength upright, 9 of Swords upright. This is you mastering your, I'm hearing, cause for being. Wow. I don't need to explain myself to others. I don't need to tell people who I am just because they want to know. I will express myself, and in due time, they will figure it out for themselves. I don't need to make it make sense to them. For some of you, you're dealing with really shady people. I'm going to just be honest here. For some of you, you are. And you're, at a certain point, maybe sometimes you're taking that on. You're taking their karma on. You're taking their pain on. It's like, you don't need to do that. Okay? I see you trying to teach people how to paint. It's like, Leo, no. You step back, bro. You can do you without that. You don't need that, okay? Let's clear that out. You know, let's clear that shit out. This might even be people you need to end up, like, blocking. It could be, like, a physical, like, you might put a restriction, some sort of barrier up. I don't know what you're dealing with. Some of you may be famous. You gotta just, yeah. This is something, though, like, it's negative, and you'll know what it is, and it's, like, at times, like, you end up, like, shutting down crowds of people because of this, okay? Some of you, this is not a good influence. Strength card upright. There's something here that you believe in. I'm seeing that. You live for. This is something that makes you happy. Some of you, this is you being passionate, you being even sexual. I'm hearing that with yourself or with someone else. It's like, I don't even have time for that. I'm hearing that because I'm dealing with bullshit. I'm hearing that with the 9 of Swords. Okay? And this is the point where you have to get really real. Are you for real fucking gonna sacrifice the Strength card for the 9? No. And I already know, no. Oh, we remain with the 9 of Swords. So guess what, though? To have this, you have to address this. Leo, you are at a turning point here. This is vibrational, I feel. There are things that you haven't confronted yet, maybe. And they are maybe with other people. Maybe you gotta just simply tell people off. Hey, yeah, no. No, and no, and no, and it's a no. Maybe you don't want to tell somebody no. You don't want to make it like, you know, I don't want to make it weird with you, man. Leos don't want to feel like they're really setting people to the side. They like a bigger audience, if anything. Okay, but there's a moment here where you say, trolls are trolls. I'm hearing this for some. Maybe you could, again, be famous, because you will. And I don't believe in that. And I need to set it down as it is. With them. They need to know that I'm not approving of that. You see what I'm saying? You need to be rude. Because this is not fair, Leo. I don't like this. Yeah, this is not cool. For you to be, like, in this space where you're feeling like you're also, like, all alone. And you're, like, really, really not enjoying, okay, your story. I feel this is something competitive, actually, but it's two forces competing for your attention. I'm hearing the letter N, Navy. I'm hearing Navy. I'm hearing not today, not today. To me, overworked. Please, Leo, no, you need to make time. Let's clear it, but you can't just do it simultaneously. Like, you need to clear this out first, is what I'm seeing. So this needs to absolutely not even be, like, remotely near your I'm hearing your sense of self. Because it's not a positive influence. And these are things maybe that people are saying, things that people are, like, communicating, maybe about you, around you. Like, you need to get, if this is an industry, get the fuck out. 9 of Swords. This is not your story, Leo. And maybe you were, like, trying to, like, no. Please, do yourself a favor. Like, I'm hearing you're absolutely royalty here. I'm seeing that. You do not deserve to be dealing with this. You are absolutely, I'm hearing you royal, Leo. You are your own crown as well, and you decide when you would like to place it on your own. Okay, I'm hearing home. You need a sacred space here, Leo. This is about I'm hearing your rights even. Okay, this comes down to your actual sanctuary, maybe where you live, yeah. And if it's not a sanctuary, if you're like, what's that? You need to start looking for one. You need to start looking for one, Leo. Yeah, you need to change the pace. I'm hearing that as well. With the space. Maybe there's something going on around you that is not making you feel good. And some of you may be living in a big city here with the 9 of Swords. This is not positive. Just, yeah, temperance, upright. Let's clear it on the Strength card. You have something really, really special here. This is something guided. This is magnanimous. It's magnificent. It's amazing here, Leo. Beautiful energy here for you, Temperance and the Strength card. This is someone also who loves you. And it is you, ultimately, right? Even if there's someone who comes through as a soulmate of, you know, the light, we'll say. Somebody who comes and wants to just support you and show you love and light. And, you know, they still reflect you, ultimately, right? They are showing you the way to your own sense of love, self. So let's clear it. Some of you have to really get back to something here. Let's clear it, Leo. Yeah, let's clear it. Nah, you said too much. I'm hearing that. You said too much with the 9 of Swords. Maybe, yeah, and the Devil. Just the Devil, Leo, bro. What? Pops on the 9 of Swords. You really don't need that. Okay? Maybe at a certain point you realize, maybe you feel, you know what? I'm hearing Aristotle, you realize, I gave myself to shit that I shouldn't have, But that's okay. Again, when we zoom it out, there's a reason for everything. We are saying the things that we say for a reason. We are here for a reason. I'm hearing that. We have to remember that. Life is not about being perfect and oh my god, I gotta do that right and that right. Queen of Cups. How kooky. I thought that I had the King and the Queen here already sitting, but it was the King and the King. King of Swords and the King of Cups. The Queen wanted more of you. I'm hearing that. For some of you, this is someone who has a lot of love for you. Maybe you feel, I just haven't had time. Some of you have been absolute workaholic mode, maybe, and you just haven't had time to, get back into that here with somebody. For some of you, though, Leo, let's get back to it. Yeah, I feel like, you have to recognize, don't get bent out of shape. Like, don't be like, man, you don't want to get to the point where you're like, I brought the 9 of Swords forward. It's like, let it go, let it be what it needs to be, right? Okay, like maybe you created some kind of drama, okay, let it go, we don't want to get further, because this is something draining and triggering is what I'm saying, so that's what I'm talking about, right? When you recognize that's a vortex, and that it moves, I'm hearing down instead of up, I'm hearing, or out, that's where you want to reconnect back to, okay, your strength. And so, for some of you, there's something that is polarizing. Maybe it's even something, you feel more like detached from yourself when you observe whatever this is, and maybe it's something actually that you created, or it's a habit. Now let's clear it. Or it has been something. Now there is going to be something always that comes up that tests our strength. Think about it. If there were only light, if there were only the sun, if there was no moon, if there was no nighttime, if there was no okay, what would happen? There would be like no magnetic pull, right? Okay, strength upright. It's about the magnetism point, but you decide where exactly that is to situate you right in between both, where you are balanced. Not where you're running away and fearing the shadow, but where you are feeling like you can just sit in peace and see yourself clearly. From the vantage point of appreciating the shadow, appreciating the light, and saying, it doesn't define me in either spectrum. I continue, and I am magnificent. With the Strength card upright, and the World and the King of Cups, you have a mission, ultimately, is what I see for you, Leo. You have something that you've said, I'm hearing it, you've said again to yourself, I see myself doing this, no question. This is something since childhood, possibly. It's even a dream, an ability of yours, something that I'm hearing you really have meaning for. I'm hearing you have intention for. Like, it's not something where it's like, I love that color, I want to eventually buy a couch in it, that color, yeah. It's like, I have that cause that I live for, and I know that I feel like that's what paints me on my own canvas in my life. I will feel satisfied once I accomplish that one thing. For some of you, and that will be different for everybody, right? And no one can tell you what that is, right, Leo? It's not like, oh my god, okay, I want to go talk to my mentor, let me see what they think. Like, let's clear it. This is about you, Leo. Len, it's okay if you want to get feedback. What's wrong? You cannot look, and I'm not saying anything is anything. You find your way in your way, right? I cannot tell you what's right and right, and this is not Natalie's personal opinion, right? Zergold. This is a channel message, so you got to take it as you will. The Strength card in the World. And if someone does come forth and say, hey, I think you should do this like this, always challenge, right? To make sure that it's honest for you. So the Strength card and the Queen of Cups, though, for some of you here, Leo, it's about you knowing you. It's about you knowing you. And even in that, it's like, how do we say, it's not the destination, it is the process. It's so interesting. Sometimes, what is the so-called, the masterpiece, okay, composed, is felt as a process. Like, when you look at, let's say, somebody's art, oftentimes you feel what went into it. You can tell when something was just created in like 2 minutes when it's just like fake. You can feel that, unless it was honest, right? So it's like, to say it in the way that it is the cycle that is felt, and that is also where we say karma exists. Everything is cyclical. Life is cyclical, And, you know, that's how, you know, you can also, when you meet people, you feel energy. It's not them in that moment. It's not like, you know, oh, I meet this physical 3D, like, a slab of meat. Okay, slab of human. You feel their composition that has been for lifetimes, for centuries, for space out-timed. Well, yeah, no, where we don't tell time, you know? That's, yeah, where we don't tell each other time, at least. Where we don't tell it in time. Interesting. Let's clear it. Four of Pentacles upright, High Priest in reverse. We are who we are. Stardust. Ten of Swords. I feel like you've made peace with something here, Leo. You get to a point. You get to a certain point where you don't say things. You feel them. You let that story live through you, but within you and for you. I'm hearing only. You're focusing on you here now. I'm seeing that Leo to a certain extent with the Star upright and the Ten of Swords upright. You don't need to say it. I'm hearing out loud even. I'm not sure. Take it as you will. I see you more like I don't see you living for like the spotlight or limelight kind of energy, you know? I don't see you feeling like you need to have like a whole, I'm hearing round table filled with people to object to your cause as well. Again, it can go both ways. Maybe this is something quite toxic, like in the sense of saying, I was just trying to get people to like react, if that is the case for you. And it doesn't have to be that for everyone watching this video that is the case. It's always interpretive. But for some of you with the Star and the Ten of Pentacles, there's something that you feel has also complicated your storyline. And it can be something financial as well with the Devil in reverse. It could be something that just got way drawn out and complicated. Like, you know, Star upright reminds you that we are here to simply see ourselves and not feel the need to say anything about what it is that we've seen all along. We don't need to prove magic. Our magic, Two of Cups upright, and I'm definitely not talking about manipulation for the betterment of only one soul species. I'm not talking about that. Okay, that's not, I'm not talking about like intentional, okay, like energy manipulation. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about seeing, okay, that perspective, when your perception is untainted, that is so powerful. Star upright and the Two of Cups, when you see truth for what it is. It's not what you have, okay, even it's knowledge and what you share and what you manipulate. No. It is what you see. And what you've seen. You know, when you look in someone's eyes, it's almost like you can feel what they feel, what they see, if you really are making, you know, a true connection there in that space. It's kind of like you can feel that person's feelings through their eyes, that's why they say the windows to the soul, right? The Star and the Two of Cups. Yes, you emote even spiritually through the eyes, the Star and the Two of Cups. Letters like the two eyes, it's really like this. The Star is like the iris. For some, you know, there is a moment maybe where you say to yourself, I don't need to also see anybody necessarily in my story to see me in it. For some of you, you have done something in your life, I'll say it like this as well, that you're proud of, okay? That you are proud of with the Star upright, that you don't need to even describe or discuss in order to feel it. And as you see it, there's a really strong focus. Spirit wants this really brought forward as a message. It's about how you are observing your reality. And for some of you, there are things that you need to clear, and you know it, to be able to see everything as you felt it. I'm hearing years ago. Wow. Well, maybe this is something karmic. Maybe there are things that you did experience that did not make sense to you. There are things that you were involved in that were actually not a positive influence, that were tainting your force field. I'm hearing that even. But your perceived force field, where you're like, they're making me feel like I'm lesser than, you know, that whole thing. But it's not that they're making you do anything. It's that you are observing them, observing you in a way that is untrue. again, even if someone says, hey, I think you're not worth shit, they don't really believe that, Leo. They believe in you. Otherwise, they wouldn't see you at all in their reality. So there's a huge illusion of how it is that you have done what you've done. I'm hearing that as well. For some of you, unfortunately, I do feel like somebody's trying to frame you, but it is what it is. And it's not unfortunate like that's too bad, but it is something that has come forth in such a way where it's an opportunity for you to become more than you perceive of yourself, even in that scenario. You are continuing to rebirth your cause in different storylines with the Ace of Pentacles, right? Every circumstance is different, but it gives you and it lends you something unique when it comes to how you see you. There is a lot, though, coming up, and I know that. I feel that for you, Leo. It is something that will be intensely felt. You're going to feel like you're pulled, okay, shredded at times from the seams. And for this, I will definitely look at your IC, because I feel like there's a vulnerability here that's being touched upon. I would also look at your 8th house, because I feel that this is touching upon your power reservoir. I feel that this is also touching on your moon energies, childhood energies as well. Again, bringing it to the IC. It's also possibly touching on Chiron. For some of you, there is something which is an asteroid wounded healer. Chiron is interesting. It speaks of our healing abilities, but those that we bring forward once we have mastered a certain space of healing necessary when it comes to the story of how we speak to our higher self. That is something that everyone deals with. So if you're like feeling like it's just me dealing with the tortoises and like turning them back on their shells, it's not just you, Leo. Everybody has love that they need to live for. And so that's again what we come back to the point of with the focus. Come back to you. Even if you're observing others at a certain point, like maybe this is something someone in your environment's going through, like also. It's all reflective usually, right? And, you know, how many times we have had friends where it's like, well, you're also going through that? Like, all my friends are going through so-and-so. The world is here experiencing many cycles as well as a collective, especially because we've got a lot of planets retrograde as well. Side note, Leo, right? But you're not alone, Leo. Think about it. It's ironic if you even think that. Like, we're here as a collective to begin with. How can we be here as individual? I'm hearing species. I'm hearing along the way. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Be brave, Leo. Be brave. The Page of Wands. The Chariot. You've got something big here. You've got a portal. But for you to even recognize it, see it, okay, I'm seeing in a roundabout. Like, to get out of the fucking roundabout, you've got to be able to observe, okay, the story for what it is, as what it is, and as what it's been. This is the past. Chariot, Cancer, 4th house, IC, the moon, childhood. There's something that is coming up for observation, reconfiguration, re-observation. You've possibly got to reconnect with somebody here, or you've got to reconsider that area of life. Doesn't mean you have to confront them. That's the illusion as well. You do not need to confront them. This can even be someone here who is bullying someone at a certain point. When we say you have to observe this in order to move through it, it means that it's a matter of what you make of it personally. And on an energetic level, let's clear it, how you make peace with it. So there's something, yeah, I see something actually being released even. Yeah. And I see you lightening your load in a certain, yeah, let's clear it down the back, right. This is something with your social group. This is for some. It could be a business even. I see you, like, wanting to start from ground zero. I'm hearing, and I'll start it back at 1. Like, you know, years ago I wanted to start a fashion app, and, oh, it was my whole world. It was my whole world for, like, years. I really, really, really wanted to manifest that. As I felt it at that time, and it was truly real for me. For me, I cannot create things that I don't feel. That's just how it is for me, and how it's always been. And so, but at that point, it was real for me, and I was I get very passionate about things. When I really am passionate about something, I'm very passionate, and yeah, it was in such a way where it was, again, my whole world, and I thought, you know, it was like, it was a whole thing, but at a certain point I realized it stopped being that for me. It stopped feeling real to me like that, and I decided to pull away, and I didn't know what I was jumping into next. I had no idea. Let's clear to the root chakra, sacral chakra. I had no idea what was going to be next. I didn't conditionally feel that it wasn't real for me anymore. I just felt it wasn't real for me anymore, and I stepped away from it. And I stepped away from it. And it was at that point, only at that point, that I could then discover I was energetically more available to invest in discovering. Yes, the process of discovery of what I really do love. Next. And you can love so many different things, right? It's an illusion that, oh, I'm Bill Nye the Science Guy. I'll always have to be Bill Nye the Science Guy. No, you don't have to be whoever and however. Maybe this is even someone who was an idol to you for a long time. You don't have to continue, feeling that way, that they're an idol. If you were, then that would not be fair. It would not be true. It would not be a good thing, right? If an idol makes you feel stagnant, that's not good. That's not good. Let's clear it. You got to keep things dynamic. And maybe you realize at a certain point, I want to be real. I need to make a change here. So for some of you, let's clear it. No, I'm not going to say it wasn't hard. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, no, you guys. Like, this was an app, I actually thought of it back in high school. And I really, 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 really was passionate about this concept. It's not just like a commerce thing. It's something very particular. But anyways, I really, really wanted to hash this out. It was like, but I had to, again, weigh it out and say, and at a certain point, it got to the point where I said, all right, well, I could go for this right now. And, there was someone who was offering funding and whatnot. And I was like, you know what? No, but it was an existential question at that point. It was like, not whether I could officially do it, because I was waiting for something, to manifest so that I could officially jump in and take the project to the next level, so-called. And it was just like, it was, for a long time, it was like, I was waiting on that. And then once it came through, I was like, you know what? That's where we say everything's for a reason. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, right? That maybe it didn't get off the ground until that point where I realized it wasn't what I really wanted. And so then, right, then I had a spiritual awakening furthermore, and it was like, but I didn't know that I was going to, let's say, I jumped in the channel next, technically, in terms of profession. Yeah, it wasn't until I let go of it completely and I said, I'm just making peace with the fact that this doesn't resonate with me. Okay? And then I was in that regenerative space where I could really give myself to reconsider what are my values. And, it doesn't mean that, you got the Queen of Pentacles twice, doesn't mean that it's not real to you in some capacity. If you're letting someone go, it doesn't mean that they're not in your life still. It's just that you are defining why it is that they are in your life, period. Meaning, you give that space meaning. Okay. You define that. No one can tell you who someone is to be to you. Let's clear it. I'm hearing that as well. Now, but let's get back to here where the ladybug knows little things, yeah? This is a subtlety. This is on an energetic level. This is your heart pulling you out of space. This is your heart telling you, hey, I'm hurting. You have to listen to that. Listen to the inner child Leo. Otherwise, that builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. Let's think of children. Let's take a moment and actually think of a child. Are they really fucking patient? Okay, are they gonna be feeling hungry and not say anything about that? Are they gonna be feeling like they want to have a play date with so and so and not come out and at least ask? There is a moment where the child will go off, and that is for everybody. People think I'm an adult. Where is my fucking adult's badge at? My fucking Mike, I'm official. You're not ever going to be anything. You're always what you see yourself as. It's an illusion that the child is no longer within you. The Lovers in reverse. That is the point where we say your development as a so-called being is actually riding on that point of reflection, of honesty. Do I still see myself in myself no matter how far I go in my world? You are never not a child. And if that's triggering to you, that's definitely for you right there, that message. Yeah. But I am official. I'm not. Wait. I'm not a child. That's where you have to understand why it is that you have a negative connotation with the concept of possibly children. Maybe some were brought up in an upbringing where it was detested to show true face. I'm hearing that with the Lovers of Bright. Bravery? Yeah. The bravery of children. If you find that you're triggered around children, I would definitely watch this reading over a few times. Definitely. Because regardless, this is going to be a lesson that plays out over time. Yes. Over and over and over and over. Over and over. And that's where we say, let's clear, yeah, it's interesting, you know, people who meet children, they're like, oh my god, I can't. Like, I feel awkward. I feel weird around children. Like, I can't. No. Oh my god, I feel weird. It's like, that's where you have to reconnect with why it is that you feel uncomfortable around sight. I'm hearing that. Lovers of Bright. Wow. Children are very psychic. Lovers of Bright. I'm seeing this. Yes. Yes. The Devil. Children may reflect something here for you. The Knight of Cups. Right. I see somebody here who has, like, they're afraid of kids. I'm seeing this. No, like, actually. King of Cups in reverse. They, like, avoid situations. Like, this is where you have to come back. Somebody here had a certain experience. I'm seeing someone, with the Lovers and the Devil. How do you have... This is something where someone wants to, like... This will be a different thing. Hopefully, but this is someone who's, like, I don't like kids. It's like, you gotta get out of that mindset of who you think you are, then. If you push children away, you push yourself away. I'm hearing that. I'm not sure. Love and Light. This is a general video. Again, we gotta remember that. Hermit and the Devil, though. What hurts about love? The Hermit of Bright. Virgo. Energy. 6th house. Mercury. I see someone gets triggered. Charizard style. I don't know what that's like about. Let's read about Charizard. What's Charizard up to? It's clear that goes way back. Pokemon. It's like a very fucking competitive. Oh, he's like a dragon. Charizard, known as Japan. Charizard, known in Japan as Lizardon, is a Pokemon in Nintendo game. I've read that as Lisbon. For some of you, I feel like there's something here. You run away. No, you run away from something here. You just straight up like... You just like run. I don't know what that's alluding to, you guys. Okay, it says flames. That's all I saw right there. It says Charizard, it spits the fire. Oh my god, this is so exciting. I remember when I used to get these Pokemon cards and like collect them and like exchange them. Damn, this is $29.99? Like $2,999 on eBay. $19.99 Pokemon Charizard. I think I have that card. Okay, well anyways, I don't know where it's at. Maybe somewhere. Anywho's. There are probably different tiers and whatnot. 4/102 hollow. I'm hearing Warlock. Okay, not sure what that's alluding to. Let's clear the energy. This is for a number of you, a gift of yours, something that you have. It's a talent of yours, a past life energy, definitely. It spits fire that is hot enough to melt boulders. It may cause forest fires by blowing flames. For a number of you, we almost said glowing flames. We chose blowing instead. Let's clear it. For a number of you, I'm hearing, I'm blow in the dark. I see somebody here is like maybe they're kind of like even, they're like, no, I don't want to be with anybody. I'm seeing it with the Hermit. Like they're acting kind of like Shrek a little. They're like in they're in Shrek mode for swords. They may be very like, I'm inching closer and closer towards, they're very wary. They don't want to be around people. I'm seeing that the Four Swords and the Hermit, like, they're very maybe private. This is for some. Let's clear it. Maybe in social gatherings, for example, Hermit and the Four Swords. But anyways, I see someone going into Hermit mode. Like, actively, though. For some, they're like, no. They got, like, gargoyles around their property. No, do not come near. I'm hearing that with the Hermit and the Four Swords. Now let's clear the energy and ground backtrack. The Devil upright. For some of you, this is something that you lost touch with. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, you fucking lost touch with your inner child, maybe, at a certain point, Leo. And we may all do that from time to time, hence the shadow, right? Where is it that we say, I have to be different from my origin point? It's like, no, like, it's how we remain honest while maintaining, mirroring ourselves physically. Interesting, yeah, because it's the energy. Think of it, when we are, and that comes back to that point of, when we are manifest in this dimension, I see it as an intention, okay? The intention is so strong, the will is so strong. If it were not, okay, we would not manifest. That is what causes that reaction. I'm hearing that as well, chemically. Interesting. So, but, you know, think of it. I think I'm running out of memory. Well, hold on, guys. I've got to delete something. Yeah, the computer is, like, lagging now. Uh-oh. Yeah, because this video is very, relatively long for the quality that's shooting in. No. Alright, but we'll continue. No. For some, though, getting back to it, yeah, it's like the intention has to be so strong, right? So we come forth with that intention, mirroring spiritually as well, and you know, so it is the concept of the child that is associated with the concepts of the spirit that is in its pure form what manifests us in this dimension physically. It is the energy that precedes the physical matter. When we come into this plane and then we lose touch with the I'm seeing dark energy here, let's clear it. When we like feel, oh, you know what, I don't need my inner child, bye. It's like, how do you think you got here? Yeah, no. Those who also don't believe in energy and spirituality and children, I'm hearing this. Who don't believe that children are special, I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what this is. This could be, you know, a metaphor. You're looking at your own inner child. You put your own inner child down at times. That is what needs reconfiguration. Lovers of prey. This is a frequency. People get triggered by children. You know, it's a thing, you guys. Like, it can be. Actually. Why does Charlie, like, say funny stuff just so easily like that? It's like, chill. Okay? You also are Charlie. Remember that. You have a Charlie within you. You can always be Charlie at any time. Anytime you want to be Charlie, you can be Charlie. Alright? You bring Charlie back when Charlie is ready to meet Charlie again. I'm hearing that. Like, this is reflective. Everybody has an inner child. Okay. So, it's an illusion. It's like, that's what I don't want to talk to so-and-so. It's like, why? Bring it back. Bring it back now, y'all. Why? I'm hearing, where have all the inner children gone? The Queen of Cups in reverse. And if you're not manifesting something in your life, like in a more macro sense, where you're like, women, they don't want to be around me, you know, there's something going on. I see that as a block. It's a blockage, but it originates in a different space. Not like, let's say you're trying to like get, you know, jiggy with like a woman I'm hearing of light. I don't take it as you will. You're like, why doesn't she want to like be around me? It's like, there's something going on here. Like, I see it as something from the childhood actually with the lovers, and people are they're energy beings. We feel energy. We don't always have a reason for why we don't want it. It's like, why? Why aren't you attracted to me? It's like, I cannot explain that, you know? Queen of Cups, it's like, there's something within, yeah, the story that's not adding up justice. Yeah, people know when someone's not being honest with themselves. Yeah, so World and the Justice card and the Star again. All Leo. I'm hearing, this is about admitting love into your life. It's an illusion that, oh, love is not around me. Love is not coming forth. Love, blah, 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 blah. Did the mic just turn off? Blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking illusion, okay? Love is everywhere. It's where you're allowing it into you, by being honest. We know those times where we're being so fucking honest that everything manifests in less than a split second, when we're not even waiting for it to. You know that time, right, and place? That has been every now and then, right? Wheel of Fortune reverse, Ace of Swords of Bright. Let's clear it. Some of you fall in love. Wow. I'm hearing, with the wrong people. It's not true. You find lack in the love all around you. For some of you, you love something. I see this, and this is a general video. You always have to take it as you will. You see something that you're not saying something about. see someone running from something they love. I just see it. Let's pull a card for each of the days, Leo. Strength in reverse. Page of Cups, it takes bravery, though. Come on, Leo. Knight of Wands. Judgment. High Priestess. Hangman. Shit, Nat. I'm hearing that. Fine. I'm seeing someone's like pulling the hat off. Oh, is it a top hat? Oh, shit. Fine. I'm melting. I'm hearing that. My ego down. Fine. Wait, this is fun. I'm hearing that. I think someone's getting back into childhood spirit. Yeah, but and you realize it's like those things we avoid, we end up kind of liking. And then we end up, wait a second, kind of fucking living. And then it's like, hold on. Why didn't I do this sooner? Let's get the cards out. 1st of September, 8 of Pentacles are bright. This is a long cycle here for you, Leo. You've been waiting a long time for this. Lovers. 2 of Cups, actually. There's something here that maybe you kind of like framed in a certain way. You're like, oh no, love is like that. I can't be in love. Maybe you're just, you're just in flirt world. 4 of Wands are bright, or you're just telling someone we're just friends, but you're really actually in love with them. Let's continue. On the 4th of September, the 8 of Swords are bright. Wow, there's going to be some kind of massive awakening here where you realize, like, maybe it's like I'm hearing all my friends, because all my friends are falling in love. There's a song. Let's clear it. Okay, 8 of Swords are bright on the 4th. 5th is the King of Swords in reverse. On the 6th is the 5 of Wands in reverse. Some of you, there's something like where maybe there's something going on in your environment, like your social influences that are impacting like what you really feel with you. I see someone who is maybe like stuck in friend zone world with someone because of the friends that they're hanging out with. Okay, like it's not because they want to be in friend zone world with that person, it's because of their influences. Let's get down to it. Tower of bright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You start to see something. It's like, how do we say? Yeah, your influences. Yeah, the people around you, the company you keep, they influence the way that you carry your world out and how you live. So if you're finding like I'm not really happy right now, maybe you want to take a break from certain timelines. How many times has it been where you say, wow, I just changed my activities up a little bit and now I see the world totally differently? Tower, right? Yeah, I see this as the kind of thing where maybe you're hanging out with a certain group of people. You're like, wow, they all like make fun of like married couples, and then you go and you hang out with another group of people. You're like, these people are having the time of their life. What the hell? And they're all married. And they're all, it's all how you see it. So, take it as you will. Second week, a Judgment upright. Let's clear it. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Cups upright. Now, at this full moon that's coming up in Aquarius, just prior to the full moon, we have the sun shifting out of your sign. There might be this feeling of a sort of plateau, and it's like, whew, there might be something that you come to just kind of see more clearly. Let's clear it. Yeah. And it can be challenging. Maybe it's an epiphany. It's like, wait, I'm like feeling really lonely. Like, wait a second. Moon upright. Yeah, it's like I see someone who's hanging out with like cool kids, and then it's like they were feeling all right, like hanging out with like cool kids or whatever for like, but then when they separate from that group of people, it's like, yeah, when they separate from them, I'm hearing in the film, they realize, first of all, it's not real, and second of all, they realize as well that it's not sustaining them in their own satisfaction, in their own happiness, and maybe you invested in something that you thought was going to make you happy, that it's just not, like, it's just not doing it anymore. Hey, Strength, the Magician, actually, let's clear it, the Moon. This is very challenging, though. I feel it just challenged a certain psyche space that has been for quite some time, maybe even generationally. Absolutely, the King of Cups upright. I see this as actually fear of losing control. I'm hearing that. Yep. What a power, though, to face control as such that cannot be defined. Devil upright in the 3rd week. Okay, Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, if you need to like control and feel like you hold on to it and like you have it and it's a material, tangible thing, you got an award for operating via the ego. There is definitely, power in losing control. Definitely. And I feel like, how many of you have met someone where you're like, I'm so attracted to this person, they lose control with me. Yeah. Nah, sorry, but like the ego is not really a turn on. You can make love, you could have sex. It's like it's not gonna be a turn on, on the energy plane as well, because that's not truth. Truth is not the ego, and you can tell when you're having, you know, you're making love with somebody who's got their ego on the whole time. They're fucking naked, but they got their ego on. It's like, I'm not attracted to that shit. I'm not loving light, but like, yeah, I'm not attracted to that. It's like, I'm not here for your macho. King of Pentacles upright right then. At the base of the King of Cups, let's continue. Seven of Pentacles upright. At the base of Magician, the Sun in reverse. Oh boy, I see someone getting chased out of their life that's not theirs. This is by your truth, though. Your truth. Something here that you're feeling is pushing you out of what's not real. It's like, okay, I can't, got nowhere else to go. This is what I'm feeling. Shit, that's it. Knight of Pentacles upright. Some of you love Leo. Come on now. Four of Swords upright. The Hermit. Three of Swords upright. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt before it feels really, really, really obvious. It's feeling obvious now, yeah. No, I don't need time to make sense of it. I feel it now. Chariot in reverse. You might be returning to someone, for some of you, to something. I'm hearing, I need it. I need it. All right, fine. Fine, 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 fine. Page of Wands upright on the 29th. I think that's the 28th, actually, but okay. I feel someone's a little, maybe they're like, yeah, they're returning. Someone here is definitely returning to an ex or a past or a this or that, but not because it's an ex, it's because it's a now. And I'm seeing someone walking up to someone, I feel you every minute of my life. I cannot stop myself from feeling it. I realize that. Maybe someone tried to figure themselves out without you, like, I don't need you, like, I'm not in love, and I don't need to, like, look at you as, like, I love you. Okay, like, the star, yeah, it's like, come on. Let's clear it. The star coming through on the 29th. The Seven of Cups upright on the 30th. I'm hearing, I'm here, I'm showing up. Okay, Six of Cups, Queen of Cups. All right, Pisces. I'm hearing Pisces. You're in love. Some of you in love with the Pisces. That's that. Hierophant on the base of the whole spread. It's an illusion. It's ironic. What has been. What has been in relation to what is and what will always be. I'm hearing that. Maybe you confess to somebody, I love you. No, you go up to somebody, Leo, I see this. I see you saying it. How do you feel it? Let's start with the Magician. I am stopping myself right here. I'm seeing you drop in like luggage. You're like, this is who I thought I was. I'm not that person. I'm hearing, let's clear. This is who I thought I was. I'm hearing to you as well. Oh, it's a reflection. Lovers upright. Maybe this is someone who had an ego. They didn't trust you, maybe even, to love them back. They're like, oh, so then they just didn't love you? Oh, Leo, let's pull a Celtic cross. You got the Fool coming through upright, Death in reverse. This is definitely ego trance mode. For some of you, you're letting go of the ego in a big ass way here, but because you're living for that very thing. The first time that you're honest with them. Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe you got something you want to get off your chest even, but it is something emotional. At the end of that second week though, Leo, you have a major talk coming. There is a moment that I feel is just absolutely unforgettable. You've got the King of Cups as well coming through, mirroring the Magician. I'm hearing that song of Savage Garden. 'Cause I knew I loved you before I met you. Da, 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 da. I knew I loved you before I met. I see you looking up. You see someone here. Oh, Leo. I'm hearing all my life. I'm seeing South Node here. I've been waiting for someone like you. Yeah, all my life. I've been waiting for someone like you. Oh my god, deep past. Eight of Pentacles, the same card that we got on the 1st of September in reverse in the deep past. This is, like I said, something coming up from the past for a long time now. In reverse is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. That would mean it's upright. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you dismissed an opportunity possibly. You feel it. No, I don't want to let him go. Wait, it's like when you told so-and-so, I don't care if you're in my class next semester. You do care. I do love you. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Recent past. In the current state, Seven of Pentacles upright. Oh boy, this is so karmic. Oh, Leo, come on now. All right, but you got it. King of Pentacles in reverse in the advice. I'm here. I gotta do that, really? I gotta go over there and say that one thing? And do that one thing? And make it all make sense. Okay, fine. I see you having to walk up to someone. Maybe it's like a public thing. You gotta like publicly come out about something. Hermit in reverse in the environment. You know what this is. Star in reverse leading you out in the energetic pathway. In your future is the Four of Swords in reverse. You know, all the same cards, but in reverse now. Yeah, there's something you're coming out with. Possibly, I'm seeing stars here. In the Hope Center Fears, Queen of Wands upright. You lead out with the Queen of Swords upright. Yeah. What is love if we don't call it out as that? the Queen of Swords upright. I saw this card. It was just kind of coming out. It was on the face of the stack when we pulled the Queen of Cups leading out of September. Some of you are realizing you have to call it out. Some of you want to say, yes, I'm hearing, I do love you. I'm hearing that. And be it, to a part of you, be it you, be it you with, but let's clear it, your brother, your sister, your mother, your aunt, your uncle, your brother. I'm hearing that yet again. Page of Wands. I'm hearing, for some of you, this is something that you wanted to express for a long time now, and it's definitely, I'm hearing karmic. It's got a history to it. This could be years, lifetimes. Let's clear it. I'm hearing, I'm here for you. Ace of Swords on the Page of Wands to the Queen of Swords. I feel it's a matter of vulnerability. I think it's, for a larger view, a matter of realizing I am never going to be cheating my inner child out of me. Okay? Never. And the Empress in reverse. I feel for a larger view, you want to come back home. You want to come back home to you, where you feel that you can be you. Some of you have been in an environment where you've been like, this is not me, bro. Ace of Pentacles. This is not me. I don't feel that this is my story. I'm hearing the Wheel of Fortune. For some of you, it's been feeling really, really uncomfortable. It's been feeling like, hell here. I'm hearing that, Leo, for some. Let's clear the energy around the Hangman upright. Some of you have someone here who you maybe want to reconnect to. Fool, you might want to be visiting. Let's clear it. Yeah, you want to visit. Oh, you want to have an experience with this person. You really love this person, Leo. You go for it, Leo. You want to be with them. I'm hearing that Hangman on the Queen of Wands, Six of Wands. It's something that has maybe a competitive energy to it. It's about being brave. It's about being brave. Some of you maybe literally turn down love because you're like, but what if so-and-so and what if that? We don't have time for what if. Do children ask what if? Do they literally, tell you, hey, I want, Cheez-Its, Mom, but what if, Cheez-Its are this and that? What if it's that and that? And what if it's this and that? It's what if the Cheez-Its are, it's they're not thinking about that, right? When they don't have time because they're giving their entirety to what that feeling is of love. Love and light to you guys. Oh, a few more messages here want to come through. The world's upright. It's up to you. It comes down to you. This is important. It might be something subtle, but it's important. It's something of it's a gesture even. It's an act. It's something you take on. It's something, hey, where you say, I want to showcase this is how I feel in my actions. I want to show up. The Hangman, the Fool. Some of you hear it. Let's clear it. Yep, strength and reverse. It's about your reputation even. Some of you want to tell someone, hey, I do have love for you. And it's about showcasing that. For some of you here with the Fool, it's about giving time and attention to. Okay. I'm hearing yourself in a story that you see with another, and maybe it's a matter of, hey, maybe you've been barricading yourself off. Let's clear it. You've been Mars and Leo. Some Mars and Leo texting me saying I'm crying. They're calling me. All right, I gotta call them out. Yeah, strength and the Fool. The world. And hey, it's not a weakness. Maybe this right here is saying, hey, I'm crying. Hey, this is how I'm feeling. The point is that you are just expressing that, Leo. For some of you though, I see that there's something you want to manifest with someone, and it's a matter. You want to maybe even actually connect to someone, but the road there is not traveling purely. It is. I'm hearing the transparency. Yeah. So those of you feeling like, hey, I'm gonna connect to this person, but I want to test them first and see if they're really where I'm at. Okay, that is the difficulty point. That's where it's not gonna happen. Let's clear. Well, it's gonna happen anyways, right? What you love, that energy manifests regardless. And we mentioned this in another reading. I think it was in the Virgo or the Cancer reading, or even the Aries. But it's going to be. I'm hearing happening in a way that is not as you carried it forward. In other words, okay, how do we say? Some of you, this is actually competitive. Maybe you actually love someone, you see that they're moving on, or they may, and you got a fear. Maybe you had a dream, you're like, it's gonna end here, I know it. Ace of Pentacles and the Hangman. Some of you, but it's a matter not just, again, yep, Chariot upright, but it's with the Hangman. What we're mobilizing is our personal truth here at the Hangman. There is nothing here that we don't see. I'm here even as a possibility. Some of you afraid of being open-minded about something here. I'm seeing that with the Hangman, you're thinking, what if? But it's the love is fucking there, Leo, the Two of Cups. The love is actually... Which is the irony. You're like, okay, the love is there, okay, fine. But then, what happens if what is created by way of that? That's the illusion, bro. Two of Cups upright. From everything comes the story itself. And everything is energy. Love and light, you guys. Let's clear it, and we run out to the Tower. Listen, it's gonna come down to it where you gotta make that decision, You know, do I really see myself here? Like, do I see myself or not? Do you realize nobody else is going to be living your life out? And the way you are going to be happy is how honest you are. That's what it comes down to. Okay? You make a decision based on your friends, you're going to be 20 years down the line, you might not even still be friends with those people. You're going to be living their decisions out. That's what we're talking about here, in a way, right? The Hierophant and the Tower and the King of Swords, and there are people here who would definitely assert themselves. Like, I see this as very macho energy, like, very, like, people who are just very successful and, like, they just hang out with one another, but they don't have the core, the context. I'm hearing Corona. Interesting. Let's clear it. They don't have the Corona. I'm hearing the Hangman. Okay, with the Emperor in reverse. Hangman upright, Emperor in reverse. They don't have... I'm hearing the humility. I'm hearing that as well. So, and you know when you're real, it's like these people are super successful, but they're not happy. It's like something like this. The two cups upright. But you realize, like, I don't have that thing, though. I'm hearing, I don't have that. I don't have that, love. Let's clear it. Two of Cups. Within me. To tell myself every day. Maybe, again, it's something you're involved in that is just detaching you from your truth. I'm hearing that you do have. Right? It's an influence. You know when we remove like this really annoying sound in the environment and then we're able to hear ourselves more clearly? It's something like that. So for some of you, there's something that you start to pick up on. I'm even seeing that. Nine of Swords upright. That's clear. You start to realize, you start to pick up on. I'm hearing some a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. Some of you in love with someone. Leo, again, I'm hearing that. But you gotta call it out. It's not enough to, like, some of you actually worried you're gonna be losing whatever this is even. Nine of Swords, the Tower. It's to the point you'll know what this is. You're waking up, like, worried about this. You're going to bed worried about this. Some of you are, like, feeling like you're also giving someone the wrong impression. You're playing hard to get. And you feel like, you know what? Well, what if they actually do leave? Well, the universe listens, right? It's not that it's not true for you, but you're telling the universe, I don't want this right now in my life. So you're pushing it away. It's gonna move. It's gonna move in another direction, right? But meanwhile, manifesting that sensation that you do truly feel of love for it. So that's where we feel the chords. That's where we feel that they're, you know, and that's where we feel uncomfortable with how we've aligned them, you know, around us in our life. Let's clear it. Yeah, no, because you create that storyline, right? So the message here, be honest. The most important thing here, it's going to get more complicated the longer we take to admit, to confess, to bring forward our simplicity of our story. Okay. In other words, what you make of it. Okay, you decide to make it complicated or simple. So, thank you guys for tuning in, okay? You're going to be strong here, Leo. I know it. Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords, okay? Knight of Cups is in reverse and the Page of Swords is in reverse. There are things that you need to dismiss, okay? And maybe you need to take time off. You need to take personal time to reconsider and reconnect with your personal truth. Love and light to you guys. Bye, Leo. Enjoy this.